Here we have a simple time value of money problem where we're trying to find a future value. We have $100 now, and given a rate of 10% per year, we're trying to find the future value 3 years from now. So before we begin any calculations, let's first draw out a timeline. And here we have a 3-period timeline with each period corresponding to 1 year. And so here we're looking at a 3-year period. And I've also placed in there our rate of change per year. Our dollar values will be changing at a rate of 10% every year over this 3-year period. So to complete our timeline, we can go ahead and place our $100 where it occurs, and that is here at time period 0 at the present. And we're trying to find the value 3 years from now at this point right here on the timeline. Now, how are we going to go about doing that? Well, the $100 changes at a rate of 10% every year, so that 1 year from now, that $100 value will be 10% larger. It will grow by 10%. And then 1 year after that, it will grow by another 10%. And then that value will then increase by yet another 10%. And we can continue on for as many periods as we like. For this particular problem, we're going to let that $100 grow by 10% every year. Now notice, the $100 is growing for this first year by 10%. So the value in year 1 or 1 year later will be 1.1 times as large as our initial value of $100. So the value in 1 year, that $100 will grow to $110. That's our initial $100 plus 10% more. Now that $110 here, it will then grow by 10%. So the value in year 2 likewise will be 1.1 times as large as our value at year 1. That gives us $121. That is our $110 plus 10% more. And then the value at year 3 will be 10% larger than the value at year 2. So again, the value at year 3 will be 1.1 times as large as the value at year 2. That gives us $133.10. That's our future value that we're looking for. Now, how can we go about getting this $133 without going through all these intermediate steps of finding the 110 and the 121? In other words, given the $100 and the 10% rate and 3 years that we're going to be compounding that $100, how can we arrive at this 133 here? Well, notice that in order to get the 133.10, we began with the 100, we multiplied that by 1.1, that gave us the 110, and then we multiplied by 1.1 again, that gave us the 121, and then we multiplied by 1.1 again, that gave us the 133. So our future value is a result of the 100 times 1.1 times 1.1 times 1.1. And hopefully you can see that we can rewrite that more simply as 100 times 1.1 to the 3rd power. And that exponent there is the number of times we're multiplying 1.1 by itself. It's the number of periods we're compounding this $100. Now we can show that generally with what we call the future value formula. The future value is equal to the present value, which is at $100, times 1 plus r, the rate of change, in this case is the 10%, raised to the nth power. That's the number of periods that we're compounding that present value. So again, given this future value formula, plugging the values into our formula, that gives us $100 for the present value, 1 plus the rate here is 10% in decimal form, that's 0.1, and the number of periods that we're compounding, 1, 2, 3, so we're in is 3 here, and that gives us our future value of 133.10.